lot of you emerge from the sand, and when you do, Slaker is not there with you. And before you, you see a whole trail of footsteps kind of leading off, and then they kind of lose their way a little bit, but it looks like they're heading northeast-ish. And you guys are dead set in the middle of the forest. What do you do?
See Zion?
No.
Okay. Well, seems like an elf guy, right? That turned us into sand. Oh, we never really got a good glimpse at like.
You never got a glimpse of Sand Guy.
Oh.
There was the elf wizard that was a sheep.
Yeah. Right.
But that's a different guy.
I thought we talked to the sand guy though, and they're like, "What about our compensation?" And he was like,
Yeah.
and he turned us into sand.
And I was like,
Yep.
"You bastard."
Yeah, he's not there.
But we didn't see what he looked like.
Like he looks like he's elf-ish, but you get the feeling that there's more happening there.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Makes sense.
it's the difference between knowing somebody's an elf and seeing someone and being like,
What the hell?
yeah, it's like he has pointed ears, but if that makes sense.
Well, seems like whatever this elfish possibly dude, all run down for that. Whenever he shows up, seems like some shit goes down and one of us disappears. So, that's fun. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Feels like there's some divine interference going on or something. I should know about it, but I don't. So, what do you guys think we should do?
What about the paladin? What about the paladin?
Oh, yeah, what do you know? You know any crazy godliness? Turns people into sand?
I have no such
Did you piss somebody off?
No,
I don't know, man.
I have not.
Do we recognize where we are? As the woods?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Looking around, you're like, oh, okay,
very
we're
sad
back.
forest.
It's been a day or two, but you're back where you were. If you look behind you, you can kind of
See, like,
see
the
the path a little bit. And like in the distance, there looks like the edge of the shack, where you guys were running away from to try to chase the dragonborn.
Well, we could go back to the shack, see if the hunter's still there. Or those caterpillar things we got that one time. Maybe Slaker, but yeah, might as well. I don't really see the point of going into the woods without any direction.
Well, you have the trail of footsteps in front of you. It just
Oh, right, we do.
they kind of get lost in the distance.
Let's sayest thou.
What business have we with the hunter?
Well, we're gonna go get the dragonborn back and kill the hag. You remember?
Well,
we
maybe
could, you know,
multiple things
follow
we
the
can do.
footsteps.
Yeah.
The dragonborn is a rather pressing matter.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
my baby. I just say my baby.
Right. Say you can go first. And then we'll gladly follow in tow. Gold.
Why do I have the feeling that you are the shit right now? Why do I have to go first? I'm not the most powerful
Well, I can't
here.
heal you if I'm dead,
No,
so.
no.
Why?
What's
Yeah.
your
Why?
idea?
Why can't we have
Oh, wait, hold
Paladin
on.
go first? He's the stronger one.
That dude had
He has a
pelts in
name.
his house, right?
Here's a what?
Should we go back? I need to close. I should mention that.
Are you naked right now?
No, I ripped my clothes.
Oh, shit.
Ripped all my clothes trying to heal you guys.
Yeah, but from
But
what you can
dragonborn.
recall, the pelts, they're like rugs, not like, oh yeah, you know, it's a new coat. It's like, oh, there's a rug. It weighs like 150 pounds.
Oh, we'll get to that later, I guess. Just ignore the holes.
Fine.
And then we'll call you the holes from now on.
Gold holes.
Gold holes.
God.
Well, I regret speaking.
Paladin shall lead the way.
Works for me.
Go to the shack.
You're going to the shack?
Aren't we? We're looking for Hunter Man.
I thought we were gonna go follow the footsteps.
Yeah, I wanna go follow the footsteps,
Okay.
guys. We
Towards
could
the
always
footsteps
split up.
then.
Do we want to just split up? You
That's
know,
probably a
mystery
bad idea.
gang. We got
That's probably a
this.
very inadvisable.
Yeah. We're already a man down.
Exactly. Let's just follow the footsteps.
We'll follow the footsteps. I've decided to skip on the shack. Because it's just for the best.
Alright, let's follow the footsteps. Follow the
I don't need to explain
footsteps.
myself.
Footstep bound!
I'm just gonna start walking, following the footsteps.
Alright, face first.
Okay.
It's like
Faye,
you guys
go ahead and roll survival for me
Brr.
to try to continue following the footsteps.
I'll just lose track right away.
You make it a good like 100 or 200 feet or something. It seemed like it was muddy, and then it kind of it dried off with time. You know, with tracking things.
Wait, are we all rolling for survival?
No, just the person that's in
Oh.
front at the moment.
That down.
Ooh, excuse me.
Whoa.
Unless you want to lead.
That hurt a little bit.
No.
I got 13.
13. Okay. You can keep enough of an eye to follow the footsteps along. What are your guys' marching order?
Well, obviously, I'm in front.
Ganlin will be third.
Okay, I'm fourth then.
Faye, Gamlin, Toes, Paladin in the back.
Alright.
Okay. Cool. As you guys continue along, Faye, no, you're tracking. Gamlin, roll perception for me.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Shit!
In the distance, you can hear a flutter of wings, just kind of, and then you can kind of see a couple of leaves drop off,
Oh god,
and
it's
you see
it's
that
nugget.
happen twice or so.
Don't die. It's a were rat nugget.
Kind of way off in the distance, like on a branch, and then you beyond that, you don't really hear anything after.
Okay. I'm going to keep this information to myself at the moment.
Okay,
Evil.
and then you guys just
It's
continue
not
along.
evil, it could be a bird.
True.
It's probably a demon.
Knowing our luck.
Be realistic.
Okay, cool. So you guys continue along then?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
More like nah.
Alright.
Ooh. Yeehaw.
Where'd you get that? Oh, you made it out.
No, I'm not that clever.
Alright. Yawn, you're good. Then Ganlin, Faye, yeah. Ganlin, Faye, Toes, the three of you, as you continue along, up in the branches, swoop down a couple of birds to kind of claw at your guys' heads.
Oh.
As you're looking at them, it looks like they have butts for heads. Like, there's not a neck, it's just cheeks. That's the best I can describe
Like an
that.
owl?
Hmm?
Like an owl?
Like,
Like
me.
butt.
let me copy and paste that into
Like a furrowed
Ass face.
Your
birds.
yeah. Anyway, joking aside. Yep, okay.
Oh, wait, no,
Man's beards have more germs than dogs.
Alright, so
According to
Ganlin, take
Hirschland and Clinic in Switzerland. Wash your
6
beard, bitch.
piercing
Find out what it
damage
said.
and another 1 poison damage.
Are we back at full HP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys would have had a long rest.
So, 7 total?
Yes. Then Faye, take 11 total
God
damage.
damn it.
6 piercing, 5 poison.
Aish.
And then Toes, take 6 piercing and 1 poison damage. As
Why do we have to get the bird with butts with their faces? God damn it.
Wish you luck.
They have butts instead of their faces, not with them.
I'm like halfway, dude. Give me a break.
like every week now. Is that how it works?
I got 2.5 hours of sleep last night. Don't tell me about it.
So did I. Excuse you, you're not special.
Neither are you, is what I'm saying.
I got 2 hours of sleep last night too because I had to get my car fixed and now I'm like half dead. I can't keep my eyes
Could
open.
have had Nick fixed it and it only would have taken 4 days.
No, thank you. It would have taken longer and you wouldn't have even done it right.
That's right.
I just don't want to deal with that. Like, I love Nick,
I'm
but
joking.
no. I would never have. I don't trust him with my car. I don't even trust you with my car.
Really?
I don't trust you with my
I
car.
fixed everything right on my cars.
I would trust
Your
you.
air conditioning lit on fire.
I never touched the HVAC system.
But see, I'd trust you to change my oil. I would not trust you to change my fucking wheel bearings.
If I had the right tool.
I
I
was
would
gonna
not
copy and
trust
paste.
you.
This is what you see. I was desperately trying to get it to show up on paint, and it doesn't. So here you go.
I'm sorry, I don't trust
I mean,
you with my
literally,
car. I
first
trust an
foot
actual
for heads.
mechanic.
Anyway, they swoop
I don't
down
want you taking
and claw at
photos.
you with their talons. It's your guys' turn. What do you do?
Shit.
Scream. Be gone, bastards!
Oh god.
Cast a fireball on him.
I'm gonna swing my mace at it.
Okay.
Like dramatically.
Okay, that's 7.
7 to hit.
Yeah, 7 to hit.
Total or with mods?
That's,
Or?
yeah, with mods and everything included.
Okay. I zoomed in, so now everything's all over the place.
All these birds.
There we go. Okay. You said what, 7?
Yeah.
That is not hit. Next.
I want to try stabbing them with my dagger.
Okay.
Oh shit, girl, that's a mod 20.
Oh,
Mod
what
20
is it?
hits. Damage.
This one does.
3.
3.
Attack?
For number 2.
Attack! Nat 20.
Alright, it doesn't take damage. Sorry, Faye. Cool. So, that 20 hits, roll damage.
Okay. I need a 6.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, 8.
So that's like
Okay.
Slash.
8 plus. That's
Call him out.
11.
11
Yeah. 11 damage.
on a crit.
Oh, then it's 19. Yeah. 8 double 16
Double
plus 3.
everything.
Oh,
Double everything.
then
'Cause I'm lazy.
21 total. 18 plus no, yeah. 24. Okay. Yeah, 24.
Grayson,
Mm-hmm.
you rolled an 8.
Mm-hmm.
What's your mod?
The mod is plus 3.
Alright, so 8
I was
plus
thinking
3
after that.
is.
11.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Double
I
everything.
was doing this separately.
You did 18, you said 19, you said 21, you said 24.
Mhm.
I'm like, all of those numbers are very incorrect.
Well, depending on the order you do it in, it could
Yeah,
work.
I said double everything.
Yeah.
So parentheses around the whole thing and then multiply by 2.
Yes.
I don't deal with the pen dash shit. Multiply it all. Okay, you gonna write that down?
Mm-hmm. If I can reach it.
It's literally right there.
I know, but there's lots of things in my way. There we go. Oh gosh. She didn't hit. It's 22 on bird number 2. Okay.
And there are 4 birds.
Yep.
And I hit 1 for 3.
For 3 for 3. Remember that, because you almost 5 with no damage. Because your job is to track the damage. That's why I shouted Grayson, and then you just rolled.
So,
I thought it was my turn.
Oh
to
yeah.
roll.
No, it's free form. Anybody can
it's
roll.
really cheap.
Got it.
This is why you're sitting next to me now.
It's really weird. You should definitely check
Cool.
it out.
Next.
I'm going to swing at one with my axe.
Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
What? That's a small clap.
Try that one.
That is a mod 20.
Mod 20.
Yes.
Nicely done. Which one are you going for? There's you hit bird 2. There's bird 1, 3, and 4.
Whatever's closest to me.
1.
Then 1.
Hit 1. Okay.
Yeah. That would be a 5 damage.
What was the to roll again? I'm sorry.
A mod 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. And then damage is 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Next.
I was just waiting for the whole thing to complete because there's always something else.
Now, this probably
So
makes
this-
2,000.
Alright.
Stabby stab with my dagger.
So,
It may
your
not.
guys' round is over.
It's probably
Birds.
gonna take
The one that yawn attacks, how much health?
It's taking 22 damage.
Cool. It dies as you slice into it. When it falls to the ground, it is closest to Yawn and Toes. The two of you make a dex save.
Done.
The squirrel almost died. It was really scary.
What'd you get?
The squirrel?
17? Nice. What'd you get?
Yeah, I saw it like up
The
the
other
top
one,
of the trees,
this
and I
one,
knew it
is
was
a
going to
good
try to jump to
die.
the other
4.
tree, and it wasn't going
Four?
to make it.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
take
this
one
was done
poison
like one
damage.
header, and then, like,
as,
immediately after I got past the branches, I just-
When the bird collapses to the ground next to Yawn and Toes, its body explodes
Oh.
and it kind of into a cloud of gas. Yawn manages to kind of get stuck in this cloud a little bit and takes a single damage of poison. And Toe, you manage to get out of the way.
Oh, that was weird.
Anyway, and then the other 3 continue attacking. That's pretty good. Yawn,
Ooh, that's pretty good.
take that is 5 piercing and 6 poison damage as it claws at you.
Okay.
Done
That was a
dies.
good roll on that. Gamlin,
Uh-oh.
oh boy, I've been rolling really well.
I'm probably dead.
Take
Just,
7 piercing
Uh-huh.
and then an additional 6 poison.
Yeah, I'm like dead.
Okay.
These birds are doing more damage than that dragon did.
Toes.
Yes.
I agree with that. I rolled that damage. It was awesome. Toes. Take 4 piercing and then another 4 poison damage.
My God, it's not poison on.
So I'm at less than half.
Okay. It's if you take in your grand total.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with your new health?
Yeah.
Split between 2. No, you're good.
Wait, what's the rule?
So it's if you take more than half of your grand total in a single attack, you have more than one type of damage coming in.
Okay.
So you're good.
So it's one type of damage?
I'm saying that
Okay.
because it's nice.
Because, I mean, technically, you just gave me more than half.
Yeah, but
It was 2 different
I'm being
types.
nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the poison is not claw related, talon
Okay.
related.
Right, so you probably want to get, like,
That
an
makes sense.
injury.
Yeah. It's not like your face is melting off.
Right.
Anyway, your
I mean,
guys'
I guess
turns.
it could be.
That'd be pretty cool.
And then it's free
That
form
sounds
turn
like-
order, so
Facebook Messenger.
I guess I'll just attack again with my mace.
With your mass.
I'll just attack my mace again.
go ahead and roll.
Oh, baby. So 16.
16. Now hit, roll damage.
Shit. Oh, that's not rolling. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll 1 damage.
1 damage on the closest one to you is bird 1.
Yeah, let's murder him.
Yeah, taking that.
Oh man, he's at 6.
The worst.
I need to get a bottle and just be like, ding.
I know. I wish I could figure out how to make that.
I want a stabby stab.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Hey, better.
14.
14 hits, damage.
Oh. Yeah.
Whoever's going after Faye, roll now.
Oh shit. 4.
4 damage. Okay, closest to you is bird 2. That 1.
Well, it rolled from 13. This is not flat either. This is very.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Oh, that sucks for
You're
you.
not still taking the nat 1.
Roll it. Okay, first, you don't know how to roll.
Oh, just one at a time.
This is how you roll, boy.
Yeah,
And
boy.
also roll one at a time because it's easier to know which one is which. 40,
Mm-hmm.
1.
41. Bad timing. You go last every time now.
Okay.
As far as everybody's initiatives, and you don't go again this turn.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
3. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Cool.
So how many?
4. So it's up to 7.
Next up.
This time.
Can you
Only this time, but yes.
Do it.
I believe you.
I can only roll 1 damage.
Anyone else?
No.
I'm dead.
Shit. Roll a death save.
Okay. 12.
Oh, okay. 1 success. Birds. That's really good. Alright, yawn.
Right? I don't know what she
Take
does that.
6 plus 4 poison.
I'm down.
You're down?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That just takes me to 0. Nothing negative.
Okay, cool.
We'll need the one that comes out.
Toes.
Hey.
Take 4 and 2 poison.
Okay, we're in there.
And Faye. I've been rolling better than average on what, every single die. This is terrible. That's 6 and 4 poison.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
Okay, cool. And then it's just toes.
I need 10 minutes to prepare a spell.
Anyway, it's your turn.
And I'll just
You got 3
30
birds.
rounds.
Well, GG fam.
I just need 50 rounds to prepare this.
Who am I closest to?
Survive.
You are between Gamlin and Yon in marching order.
Okay, then I can reach both of them?
Yeah, and you can touch both of them if you have cure wounds prepared. Or I guess if you have healing word, you can also heal Faye.
Yeah.
You have lots of options. I don't know what you
Are we all down?
Everyone but me, about to be.
Everyone but the healer.
Uh-oh.
Well, I am trying to think what will be most useful. I'm going to use Cure Wounds on Gamlin.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
This bad boy on
Still bad.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Alright, Gamlin, stand up with 9 health.
That's pretty good.
Now we all die again to the birds.
Yes.
So,
This is for the birds.
this is for the birds.
Okay, Gamlin, you're up. You can take a turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the bird closest to me with my axe.
Okay, closest to you is number 2.
Okay. That's 14.
Or number, wait. You killed 2. 4, sorry. What was that?
14 to hit.
14 hits, damage?
4?
4 damage?
Yeah.
On this one?
Number 4. Cool. Okay. And bird turns. Oh. Okay, those are some bad rolls. Miss, and Gamlin.
Immediately pass it back.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Take 9 piercing and then
Oh my
another
God.
3 poison.
Okay, I'm dead again.
Toes.
The
Valiant
reason I stood up
effort.
was
Let's
on my
try Yon
accident.
out this time. Yon, you
Only
get
one of them hit though.
11 health. Yeah.
Stand up with 11.
Sweet.
And it's your turn.
Sweet legs.
Okay.
Closest to you is number 1. And then
Okay.
there's also 4 and 3.
I'm number 1.
I'm gonna attack.
Plus
It's 8.
8 total.
No.
What?
No, sorry. 12 to hit.
12 hits damage. Technically it ties, but my ties go to the attack.
It's a D or is it D6?
8.
There you go. Hey-o.
6.
6. Alright. 1 takes 6. How much life does everyone have as far as birds go?
Excuse me.
One
1 has taken 12. 4 has taken 4. 3 has taken 7.
Here's taking 7. Okay. So I'm just gonna set these here for you to witness. Okay, they're going for you. Actually, no. One of them goes for Toes. Toes. 4, and then another 3 poison.
Unconscious.
Okay. Yon, take 4 piercing and 1 poison.
Okay.
That's 1 attack. Second attack, another 8 between the 2 damages.
I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Lost.
Yep.
Good luck
Good
as
game.
well.
Today, we have learned Jordan's balancing is interesting. And also for
Unless those birds are butt heads.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys wake up sometime later. Zion,
Yes.
you're conscious, and you're in a very dark cave near the entrance, and you see 4 unconscious bodies being drugged into cells that are next to you. There's a couple of empty cells, and then there's a couple with like small woodland creatures that are kind of caged up as well, all in this same cave. And as you see these unconscious bodies brought in, you recognize each of them being drugged in. You can see the faces of your friends, Ganlin, Toes, Faye, and Yon, just being hauled in by these bird things, and one of those little poop guys you encountered earlier. It's real gross and smells rancid, to say the least.
I'm gonna sit in silence as I watch them being like pulled in. Do I have my staff with me, or is it just?
Your stuff is like piled up in a corner across the way. Whoever brought you in here before you woke up seems to have kind of stripped you of all your belongings, with the exception of like your clothes, and there's like a bowl of food next to you. That's about it as far as like what you have on you. The same kind of applies to the rest of you guys. As time drifts on, eventually you come to, after roughly 10 hours of being unconscious, you guys begin to wake up one by one. Zion, they were unresponsive at first, but now they're starting to shift several hours later. It's dark outside of this, larger cave area.
I see my friends.
Zion?
Nice reference.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As far
They're
as
here.
stuff goes, you guys only have the clothes on your back. Zion, you witness the bird things kind of claw at and grab everything that they can see, if they have eyes. They kind of pillaged whatever they have and stuffed it into a pile in the corner, basically.
Alright. Do y'all have anything left on you? No.
No.
Maybe.
14.
No. They even took my love letter, guys. How could they?
It's just chilling in your backpack.
Yeah, I know, like, they
Off
even
and
took
away.
my love letter. I like to think that I was actually like, we don't talk about it.
Ganlin wants to know.
Ganlin doesn't get to know why I have a love letter. Okay, maybe I have a life outside of this party. God.
I am not a
Ganlin does
player.
not believe this.
I'm not a character, thus I'm not allowed to say a witty one-liner. I've been I'm playing my
Just
bard
for the
down at
one-liners.
DU, so I have snappy comebacks like all the goddamn time, and it's wonderful. But yeah, anyway. So you guys are all in your individual cells without anything on your persons besides your clothes.
Star Wars.
Yeah, you guys have been
Bird was
arrested.
like injured at one time.
The one time.
So what do you guys do?
I'm going to use a series of minor illusions. The first one being a knocking noise at the wall behind us.
Okay.
So everybody turn around.
What's our health at?
Or no. It's kind of important.
It counts as a full rest.
I'll turn around towards the wall to find out what the knocking noise is.
Now I'm going to do
It's
another
just a
minor
cave
Or you
wall.
can roll investigation if you'd like.
I'm unfazed because I know it's a cave wall. I'm like, oh, there's nothing there.
Alright, I'm going to minor illusion a goblin with a key standing at the door, and I'm going to say, oh my god, look at it, we're free! And everyone turns around and
Who's
goes,
this
nah,
now?
I'm just kidding. Now we're screwed.
Just
That was not good time for your games, priest.
Come on. It's always good times for a game. Listen, me and Zion can both minor illusion too many things, dude. It's almost like it's real.
Am I able to use Mage Hand to slap him?
what was that?
Am I able to use Mage Hand to slap him?
Mage hand can attack,
Damn it!
so you can't deal damage.
I'm okay with that.
It's basically it's
That's just what I want to do.
The hand on my face.
yeah. A magical glowing hand appears right in front of you and goes.
So you guys got enough magic in this small cell alone. We can do anything. Now
Yes,
you
we'll be
do the hand.
entertained
Me
forever.
and Zion will make keys with sound effects. We'll be out of here in no time.
Ganlin can cast a fog cloud.
Ganlin will not cast a fog cloud. Not again.
Oh.
Also, what are we locked up with, by the way? You seen anything, Zion, as far as I know?
I don't know. Can I still cast cantrips without my
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Cantrips don't require. I am unaware of any cantrips that require any kind of components.
Alright, I'm gonna cast dancing lights.
Okay, you light up the cave a little bit. Now that it's no longer as dark, you guys can see immediately around you there. These bars, they seem to be a combination of like metal rods and rope tied together with bones. Just kind of, it kind of looks like it's just kind of what's available is what makes up these cages. And yeah, that's the best I can really describe of them.
I want to start kicking at the bones.
Okay,
Anybody
go ahead and
play
roll
bone
strength.
charades? See which they belong to.
Assemble.
Ah!
Why, this was a man's.
I dropped it.
Oh.
Do you
What a handsome
skeleton?
humor.
13.
13?
13.
Kicking at them, I mean, they wiggle, but they don't come loose, if that makes sense.
I want to keep kicking at you.
Okay. What are other people doing?
Yeah, what are other people doing while I'm kicking at these bones?
I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm gonna minor illusion.
Okay.
That the bone structure is like an undead skeleton who's like, like coming to life.
In front of which cage?
The one that Faye is currently kicking at.
Okay.
Like it's a skeleton waking up.
I'm gonna keep kicking.
Okay. It doesn't make noises as soon as her foot makes contact with the skeleton thing that's like coming at her. It dissipates.
And then I'm gonna use Mage Hand. I'm gonna slap him again.
Okay.
Oh, that's so scary. Wow. I'm gonna also use minor illusion one more time.
Okay.
To just make a loud noise at the end of the hallway, like as far as I can see.
Towards the entrance of the cave or like further in?
Let's go further in.
Further in? Okay, what kind of noise?
Just like a I'm free. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Okay. You just let out a loud I'm free noise. Let me pull up the stats of minor illusion.
That'll sketch him out. Wait a minute, they got another cell. That guy's free.
There must be a way out.
I'm inspired.
Good. That's my bardic inspiration.
I'm
free.
I'm free.
That's your bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
No song required.
I'm glad minor illusion's free. Just like
Yeah,
me.
me too. For King Wenceslas.
America. Wait.
Technically, it's disguise self, and I do have to use that as a spell.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been wasting a lot of things when I do that, but you know, it's not always worth it.
It's all for good King Wenceslas. It's all good.
You should turn into him right now and just be like, well, that's my burdens.
This is no place for a king.
I turn back in myself. This doesn't work.
I had a chart. I don't remember where it went, so I
to get us out.
am just gonna roll.
It is a cage made of bones. You say they're not very civilized.
Yeah.
It's like fully dressed men in suits, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a king. I have to get bones there right away."
Minor illusion.
Sorry about the bones. Makeshift.
I don't know where it went. That's really upsetting. Okay, I'm just gonna roll. No response.
Okay, well, that's good.
That is a 2. I'm free. And then nothing seems to take note. It is very possible that your illusion was not loud enough.
That's fair.
Anyway. What are the rest of you
Are there any like rocks or anything?
Loose bones.
Roll investigation.
Loose bone.
Roll investigation.
Well, that's not gonna be
There's a rock
Are you sure
there.
about that?
good. Yes.
What'd you get?
Well, I got 4.
4?
Yeah.
Looking around you, you don't see any like loose bones inside of the cage, which makes sense because you could probably hit somebody or whatever depending on the bone. Yeah, you're kind of more upset by the fact that there isn't anything inside of the cage to let you out of the cage. That said, like it's a little spacious, so like you can get arms out and around, but yeah, in your immediate area, there doesn't seem to be anything inside.
Okay.
But yeah,
Are we in individual cages or like one
yes,
group cage?
individual cages. It's there's 5, 1 for each of you, and then another 2 or 3. It's kind of hard to tell where you're at, whether that's 1 or 2. And then there's smaller, more like boxy crate kind of cages that have like small animals in them, like squirrels and foxes and stuff like that.
Are there any other intelligent beings in cages beyond the party?
Oh, beyond the party now.
Yeah. Okay.
Within the party, it's iffy.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, is there any other intelligent? Well, there's the rest of the party. I was waiting for it, but you clarified before I could. Anyway, what was your strength roll, Faye?
15.
15? Alright. You managed to crack one of the bones.
I'm gonna keep kicking that exact spot.
Okay. The rest of you guys hear the loud snap.
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
Kicking bones. This is bones gambling. Open your eyes. Be a little aware. You've only been in prison for 10 minutes, but you have to
Gambling was looking for a rock.
Oh, that's right.
John, what are you doing?
Gavin was looking for a rock.
What are we at for health points?
We're back to max, right?
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, we're at
You
max.
guys long rested.
Okay.
Okay, that makes me happy.
That's casually
I
said
didn't-
that.
About 10 hours later, you gain the benefits of a long rest and wake up from being unconscious. Yay.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
When you gain the benefits of a long rest, full health, full spell slots. La-di-da.
You know,
Every
Faye,
time.
whenever these captors come back, they're gonna be real pissed off at their little bone
That's fine.
structure.
Their bone structure. Hey,
I'll
that's my
break their
bone
bone
sculpture.
structure. God.
That's my bone sculpture. Leave it
I mean,
alone.
do you want to be stuck in your toes? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, yeah.
That was not the response I was expecting, but
Wait it out. I'm
okay.
gonna wait it out, you know? There's gotta be somebody showing up eventually.
You're bored. What if I break it, but they don't realize I break it?
I'll just minor illusion it.
There you go. See, we're working together as a team.
It's like I do
I'm
that
just gonna
all
keep
the
kicking
time.
it.
Do either
Alright,
of
go
you
ahead
have
and roll.
any rocks?
No, but I have a foot. Oh shit!
It's no
17.
17.
17. Go me.
You break your own.
It cracks again.
Whoa!
Brilliant.
Make some
Oh,
bone
check
tools
zero.
out of this.
Why did I pick it up? That's
Hey,
right.
are you kicking the biggest bone over there? Why aren't you through it yet?
But, cause I'm weak.
Because a week?
I'm trying my best, Toes. You
Yeah.
wanna try? You're stronger than me.
Well, I'm 2
Week.
cages away or something.
Okay, but you can kick your own bones.
Use the floor.
That would only hurt.
You can kick your own bones.
You can kick your own bones. Why did I pick it up? Oh man. So the rest of you guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, I bet.
Jan, what are you doing? You've done nothing.
just gonna
Well, we're
check.
healed. I don't really know what else I can do right now. I might have. I don't think I have any cool spells prepared. They're very basic ones.
Kick
What's
some
in my
bones.
spell? I mean, my cell. Anything?
What if I vicious mockery?
Why don't you roll and find out? This will be an investigation roll.
Yeah, sure. Your words are going to snap those bones later.
Hey, vicious mockery
What'd
is
you get?
very powerful.
8
8?
I'm gonna kill these bones
That's your total?
with
Can
words.
you mock an inanimate object?
Wisdom.
Maybe.
Investigation.
Mock anything.
Well, I mean,
I will
would it
tell
have
you
results?
what the
I don't
roll
know.
is. You know, it'd be a lot easier to find your character sheet if you delete your tabs.
Yeah.
It's just as easy to find them.
Turn your phone off.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any mods for. I guess I +1, so 9.
I don't have any mods. +1. Dude.
It's not trained. Sorry,
Dude.
it's not trained.
Bro. Anyway. Yeah, so with a 9, you don't see anything in your immediate cell. That said, it looks like there might be some that are next to Gamlin's cell. Next to, not in.
Wait, what was it that you were looking for?
I wasn't looking for anything.
Rags.
Oh, yeah,
Or
just
more rocks,
rags.
okay.
We're all looking for the same thing, I guess.
I need rocks.
Yeah.
I need rocks.
I'm just gonna minor illusion cycles of King Wenceslas's appearance in front of me.
Just for entertainment.
Like, yeah, modifying him with like long hair or like facial hair. It's not like that, so I'm just like, concept. Proof of concepts, basically.
Alright. As far as like where cells are, yours is next to Jan's. Faye, you're over by Zion, and then Gamlin, you're next to Jan as well on the other side.
So Jan is in between me and Toes, and then Faye and Zion are
Or across the way.
across. Okay,
It's handy man.
that's sort of helpful.
Toes, Yawn, Gamlin, Faye, Zion.
Okay.
Zion, how long have you been in here for?
A long time.
How long?
A while.
Well over a
Weeks.
day for sure.
Days?
Yes.
Yeah, we should catch up. What have you been doing lately? Just been chilling in here?
Yes. Remodeling.
Good. Yawn. has
Voluntarily.
sheep friends?
Well, I like to keep things spicy. I move my food bowl from my left side of my cage to the right.
What are they serving up in here?
It's like a horrible, like, imagine if you just took meat and maybe dirt and beans, threw it in a blender, and then served it.
The usual.
Yeah, bone cage. I guess it smells itself. Well, we're in for a good time.
Faye, are you still kicking?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll.
Give me my dice back. Totally ruined my dice.
You don't fit through the bars, Zion?
Can I fit through?
They're pretty small.
Roll a d20.
This whole time you've just been like pointing this guy.
12?
Just been chilling.
Okay.
Except
No progress right now.
That's fine.
I don't think so. Oh. I nat 20.
Yeah.
I'm kicking these boats for nothing.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you can.
I start like crawling through.
Well, it's not an easy squeeze, but yeah, you can. It looks like they were designed for something bigger than you are.
And how about
I'm gonna-
getting us out of here?
I'm gonna crawl out and just watch.
Yeah, you're right next to Faye,
Let's
so
see
you
it.
can just kind of.
Let's see if I notice him.
Zion, come
I
here.
wanna
Okay.
see if I
Zion,
notice him.
come here, boy.
Oh shit! Yeah, I definitely
Are you rolling
noticed
stealth?
him.
Get us out of here!
Sneaking to do it, or are you trying to make
Yeah.
it obvious that you're out?
I'm just gonna do it casually.
Okay.
See, I
Yeah.
got a mod 20, so
Yeah,
I most
no, you notice them.
I'm
Right.
just
Come
gonna
here.
stop kicking him and just stare at him.
I'm just gonna smile.
Hey, keep kicking. Zion, come here.
Alright, I'll resume kicking.
I can, if I touch you, I can make you.
That is
speak better.
inappropriate, Toes.
Don't trust
That was not
Zion.
the time, Toes.
I'm just gonna lay hands on the young boy.
Zion, this sounds bad.
Listen, I can
That
make
is
It's okay, he's a
inappropriate.
priest.
Oh my god.
All I gotta do is give you a quick touch on the anywhere, but we're gonna make it on the arm, on the head, wherever you
Anywhere.
head on the back, and you can sneak down the corridor with extra stealth, with advantage stealth. And how sneaky are you, by the way, in your own opinion?
I don't know.
Would you say you're like positively stealthy or negatively stealthy?
Yes.
Good. Let me give you a quick touch on the back. You could sneak down the corridor and retrieve our stuff, maybe?
I left some food in my cage. I'm just gonna go back in there and grab my bowl.
It's very food motivated, that one.
You know, I'm the only human, not human. That's my statement. The only,
No, I'm the only.
Human, non-human.
Human, the only not human. I got it.
can I reach the bone that Faye's been kicking from my cell? It's very funny if I can.
Repeat that.
Can I reach the bone that Faye's been kicking? from my
Can
cage?
you reach? You're not out though, right?
No, I'm still in.
Yeah, because you're heading off. I'm sorry, I'm recording that interaction. It's hilarious. You are across the hall, basically.
I was gonna mend it.
Yeah. I mean, you could if you're let out for.
You're the worst.
Zion, release the key for practical purposes.
Very important things.
After food in my hand. I'm going to crawl back out.
Oh, good. He's coming back.
And can I roll to investigate for keys?
Yeah. That would be an investigation roll.
I like to imagine that I'm literally just like doing
Oh,
this
I
in
got
my
that
cell.
one.
You're temporarily blind.
So you went from kind of like
Sorry,
in the
but
center of
I'm
everybody
sure
talking to
about
toes and
Against
stuff.
the
You
wall.
go to like
Yeah, no,
Just
so
step
I'm
over,
like laying
kind
on
of
the floor.
tiptoeing past
Making the bars.
past
Yeah.
the cages with all the small critters, and you kind of
Sounds
trip
right.
on the corner and
Oh, my back
smash a bunch
Yeah,
of
that's a
raccoons and
hell.
squirrels just kind of sprint the fuck out of the cage, letting out little as they all rush out. It makes a very loud kind of clatter. All of you witness and see and hear this because it's right in front of you. You're kind of
Zion.
surrounding the cages that just kind of collapse all over.
Quietly.
You're going to get us killed.
I hate those raccoons.
How
Get a
the
dog.
usual is.
Get a door. Okay. Well, since that happened, I am going to.
Roll perception for me.
Five.
5? Alright. Cool. Looking around, you can't seem to find keys necessarily. Also looking back, you don't really notice necessarily locks. It looks like all of the cages are like tied together. So that makes sense. They're pretty primitive looking. In the midst of looking around though, your AC is 12. You narrowly avoid being hit by a pair of sweeping talons that go to grab you by your shoulder as it flies by. And one of those bird butts fly right overhead and kind of lands in front of you and is trying to claw at you.
No.
Zion, these birds will fuck you up.
Get
You
back
wanna
in the
get back in the cage. Yeah.
Get back in the cage.
I'm gonna erase the damage, did you?
I did, but I kind of
Okay.
memorized what they were.
Okay, write it down.
Should've let me touch you.
Remember.
How close is everyone? How many feet away is everyone in their cages from me, relatively?
Gamlin and Faye are about 10 feet. Yawn and Toes closer to 20 or 30 from where you are.
Alright.
There. There.
If you want a visual, here you go.
Okay.
So that was your cage, and then you're kind of here. That's the bird, and then everybody else is in the distance.
Alright. Is there.
Okay, there we go. They're
Should
back.
I do that?
Yes.
One bird.
Which one? Oh.
I don't know. They have to get hit first.
Okay.
Can I trade you markers?
They've been hit. Yes.
That should be
One's
sweet.
good, nice. Oh, this one's good.
I'm gonna
Just
try.
making sure they both work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and try. Can I see my quarterstaff in the pile?
Roll perception.
Perception.
Perception to me.
Perception. Whoa.
17.
Asio. 17? Yeah, you can see it in the pile, just kind of poking right out.
I'm gonna go die for it.
Okay. In order to get to it, you'll take an attack of opportunity from the bird.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay. It goes to hit you. It does.
Birds are rolling too fucking well, man.
Birds are jacking us over.
Zan, take 9 piercing and 5 poison. So 14 total.
14 total.
So you're at
Yes,
0 now.
14.
Yeah, I'm at 0.
So we just see the bird swoop in and just knocks Zion unconscious.
Yeah.
Just claws at his back and he
one
just.
guy that you fit through.
Oh,
just
Jesus.
collapses to the ground.
We have bird wardens. Well, anybody close enough to grab his legs?
No, he's.
The bird is.
10, 20 feet
The
away.
bird's
Bird
taking him
is-
back to his cell.
Oh, that's good. How does the bird interact with the cell?
Hmm?
Is the bird capable of unlocking the cell, like with its talons and shit?
With his talents? Oh yeah, it
Well,
is.
that's-
It unties the rope.
So it's just like a knot?
Oh.
No one's rolled out enough to look at. Yeah, it just unties the knot and throws him in and ties it back up, and then it kind of just, it kind of like, how do I say this without it being gross? I don't know if I can. You know how birds kind of like peck at their feathers?
Yeah.
It does that, except it's a butt. So it just clenches around a couple feathers and then just kind of bounces off further into the cave.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how to describe it without being like, ooh.
You made these characters.
I did not make
Can
that.
I try to
just
attempt to
kinda
untie
done.
my knot?
Oh.
What?
Can I untie my knot?
Yeah, sure. Roll sleight of hand at advantage.
Well, at least it's at advantage.
Because you have opposable thumbs.
Okay. I know,
Roll
it's gonna be
advantage.
challenge. Should be pretty easy. We'll see.
Your thumb falls off.
Alright, 14.
14?
Alright!
Oh.
Check this out! I'm gonna like start swinging the door open and close in front of everybody. So, if you hadn't noticed,
There but knots.
like us all, I was admiring my alternate ego. Anyway, just untie yourselves. I'm gonna go help up Zion. Then I'm gonna attempt to untie Zion's cage. Okay. Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah. Sleight of hand with advantage.
It's already passed. 16.
16?
Win. Alright.
I'll untie mine.
Sleight of hand with advantage.
I'm going to very creepily use Cure Wounds, and then I'm going to touch Zion with both hands and say,
19.
Go ahead and roll.
No, I'm gonna use Cure
19. It's open.
I got 11 health for you.
Sound effects are good.
Doesn't help.
And you wake up to me touching this bowl with my hands.
Oh god, you're
Yeah, you missed out, bitch.
Oh.
Should have let me
Yeah,
do it.
basically he's just grabbing your shoulders. Like a little squeeze.
Cameron.
Yes.
Winter cage.
Where are you?
I'm getting out of my cage. So I'm gonna get out of the cage. I rolled a 17.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're all out. You out of there, Jan?
Roll an 11.
Outside of hand.
Yeah. Only
Say he doesn't do this, then we have to make him look stupid.
That's what you get.
You get out.
Okay.
No.
Barely. But you do. You had a hard time with the
Yeah.
mud.
I walk
We're
over to
armored.
Zion and just sort of pat his head.
I believe there was stuff you were getting before you were egregiously knocked unconscious.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to look myself, but is my stuff over there?
I don't.
We'll walk over and look for the priest stuff.
Everybody's stuff is in the same pile.
Hey, there you go.
I'm gonna go grab all of my stuff.
Okay.
This looks familiar.
Since I saved your life, you should bring that stuff to me.
I'm gonna start grabbing the toes and stuff too.
Oh, hey, there
Okay.
you go. Faye, that's so nice of you.
I'm
And then I'm
gonna
going to walk
keep-
over and mend the
Nope.
bone she kicked.
I'm gonna just put all of his stuff in my bag.
Alright, you walk past
I know.
all the wide
Oh,
open
what the
cages
hell?
and just kind of, and just go boing.
Yeah, for being a little shit.
What? Hey, I need that to heal people. I mean, technically not, but I
Fine
technically
now.
do as well.
It's mine now.
Don't make me cast almighty hell on you.
Good luck.
Anybody else gonna help me?
No.
Do you require assistance?
Yeah, Faye put all my stuff in her bag.
Yeah.
Now I have to complain like a small child.
Because you are a
Complain you shall.
You bastard. All that holy water I sprinkled on you all that time ago.
All that time ago.
Never again.
It's pretty unlawful to steal, Paladin. Cough. Alignment cough.
Sneeze.
Oh, is it really stealing at this point?
I literally
Very
took
clearly
this-
put all of his stuff into her own bag.
Yeah.
It's more taunting at this point.
Honestly, it
I
is,
have a
but I'm
feeling
also
she'll give
stealing.
it back. I have a feeling she'll give it back.
I don't.
Do you? I
know
don't.
Faye.
I'm the DM.
Do I
Yeah,
roll for
he
something
knows
on
Faye.
that?
No, that is a character choice. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
it's a
a
character
lawful
choice.
thing to do is say, yo, that's stealing.
Okay.
You could just say it and nothing would happen, but
Right.
Yeah, like nothing will happen, but you could at least say it.
well, that's wrong. Proceed.
Jan says, I hope you plan to return those.
And just continue stuffing things in my bag.
At least she's not viciously mocking me.
Viciously mocking.
I have tattered clothes. Point that out. That's all I have.
Did you not have any other clothes in your bag?
I mean, technically, no.
Oh man, that sucks.
I guess you were just like, oh, that's too close.
I do have like 2 different shirts, so I'm just gonna grab a shirt and throw it
A
over
woman's
here.
shirt?
We'll see. You gotta put it on and see if it fits.
Is this a woman's shirt that I'm putting on?
Put it on.
Probably.
Faye, you're the furthest forward, and the bird notices and flies to attack you.
Damn it.
Take 7 damage, piercing, and 2 poison.
Damn man.
Oh no, if I could only defend you.
If only I had a woman's
No.
shirt.
Instead of this beautiful shirt.
That's all I have. Can't do any good with
Anyway,
this.
your guys' initiative.
I'm doing magic missile.
Oh, yeah.
Please
Alright.
don't hit me.
Cast a fog. I'm just kidding.
Fuck off, Caitlin.
I'm just kidding.
It's all in cave full of smoke.
Oh, let's stab with a dagger.
Zion's not messing around. It's like, fuck these birds.
You killed
I'm
him.
done with these birds. Okay.
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Alright. Zion, you cast magic missiles. How much do you deal?
Come on. Okay, so each of them was only like 2 damage force.
For a total of 6.
Total of 6.
Okay.
You got
6.
him, boys.
And do it.
Ladies and gentlemen. Got him.
I'm gonna stab the one attacking
Puts
me.
3 at 14.
Your hands are full.
Damn it, I'll drop everything. Except for my dick.
And that's your turn.
Damn it!
Alright, next.
Is my stuff clearly distinguished in a pile on the floor separate from Faye's stuff? Or do I have to like say, God damn it.
My items, my belongings.
What do you need
It's,
out of your items?
Technically
It's
anything.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
Alright, what do you guys do?
I go at the bird with my axe.
Did you get your stuff first?
I thought, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. I thought I said I did, but maybe I didn't.
I don't remember hearing it, but everybody talks.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, if you want me to go get my stuff first.
No, I just rolled. You got
Okay.
it.
Alright, so then.
And you're close enough to get in melee with bird.
Okay, so it is a 23.
23 to hit. Damage?
Damage is 7.
Okay. Add 7.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Is that number 1?
No.
How much was?
The same number.
Okay.
The other 2 aren't there. That you know of.
Yeah. That puts it at 13.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run for my stuff in
Okay.
the pile.
Cool. distinguish your stuff pretty quickly in the midst of stuff, and then you're able to pick it up.
Cool, I got weapons.
Yep. Okay. For a turn.
It's like 10 turns to put on armor.
All right.
Cool.
Faye.
Just one bird.
Yeah, it's just one. Take 4 piercing and 5 poison
Why?
because it hits you.
Why?
Because you were closest and a lot of you were making noise.
Why?
I don't know why you're doing that.
I don't know why. Why do I do the things I do?
I don't know. We should probably explain that in character backstory or something. That's just me being a douche. All right, your guys' turns.
Why is a distinction?
I don't know if I want to use this for just one bird. This might handle it, so I'll let everyone else do their business for right now.
Magic missile.
All right. Okay.
Big bird missile. Okay.
9 damage total.
All right. What's that?
Number 1's at 12. Oh no, we're only talking the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That puts it at 22.
22.
Yeah.
Describe your kill with the magic missiles.
That's our dead word, right?
It. Is it the final missile that takes it down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or she can just send me the screenshot of
Each
it.
missile is like an uppercut punch from one side to the other, and then the finishing blow goes right between the crack. And boom!
Nasty. All right. Faye, roll dex save because you're in melee with
God
her.
damn it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that didn't go well. That's a 5. I'm dead.
Take 2 damage
Yep, I'm unconscious.
as it explodes in a
Rip.
cloud of poisonous gas.
Yep, I'm unconscious.
I'm gonna take the opportunity to get my stuff back.
This, oh yeah, this needs to be done.
DM fiat. What? Alright. Yeah.
I got my
Slowly
stuff.
but surely you're able to distinguish your stuff unless you're grabbing more than that.
Do I find the love poem or letter?
No! Leave my
Investigation.
phone alone.
Damn it! Spit it out. That's the wrong document. Where's investigation? 8.
8. You're kind of like digging through pockets and you're not able to find it just yet.
Yeah.
You only just got there though because you finished getting all of your stuff.
True. She's
That makes
still
sense.
unconscious.
This is true. This is accurate.
Don't touch my love letter.
I'll keep searching.
Okay.
Well, nobody does anything else, so.
Roll investigation. Faye, roll a dex save.
This one's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I find it?
Yep.
Oh god. Well, I rolled a 9, so there's that.
And 1 failure.
Yep.
It's just like,
Sputters
yes.
as she's gasping for air.
Faye, am I capable of reading this letter right now?
I mean, if you want to. It's in
You
common
could.
language.
Pressing matters.
He wants to find out the truth of my existence.
Then yes, I would like to read this letter.
I don't have it written.
Oh, that's why I asked. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'll write it here. I'll write it for you.
Okay.
How about that?
I can write it.
Or he could write
I
it.
don't remember. if
Either
I
one.
think I had something from that.
Either one of us could write it. I honestly thought about having it just like so that it'd be done, but I never got to it.
I
Oh.
love the internet. It's
Oh.
amazing.
What?
A poem, perhaps?
Honestly, I have no clue.
What?
Is it a poem, perhaps? Perhaps it is of the variety, the unspeakable variety.
Oh.
Oh,
Super
God.
spoken.
Explicit variety.
This is extra embarrassing because you don't even know what it is. You're just like, oh god.
Yeah,
you
this
know.
is all up to Jordan right now because like I never wrote out the poem I was going to, but I never got around to it, and
Oh,
so I
crazy.
haven't yet because I didn't think that
Describe your
would.
character for me.
My character is very mischievous and very
Okay, no, physically.
physically. Okay, usually you mean
Okay.
personality. Physically, she's very very short. She's 5'2". She's petite. Dark hair, light eyes, very pale.
White eyes?
White eyes, or like silver.
Oh.
That works too. But she,
Synthesize.
yeah, she's very very pale with very dark hair. It's a contrast, man. It's a
Very
contrast.
dark as in.
It's a contrast. And she likes to wear a lot of black clothes because it's me. Like I
I was
can't.
like, it's just you.
Yeah, literally, it's just me, except with black hair and white eyes.
Faye died on the floor. While
While you were sifting through my things and reading my love letters from past lovers.
It's like 100 pages long. Fuck? You don't even need to read it to know this person loves you. Who writes this?
Faye's favorite food.
Faye's favorite food,
Pepperoni,
pastries.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Strawberry pastries.
Just like a Mad Libs.
I think
I think so.
Pretty excited.
I don't know, I'm excited to drink it.
I remember that time you were wearing your favorite pastry.
Dun,
You
dun.
ate with open eyes
Oh, God.
and
With
fertile
eyes wide open.
legs.
I'll write like a proper
And
one.
then you put on that 35 gold piece coin hat.
I don't know, depending on how this goes, I'll be very happy.
Yeah,
But
like,
this might be the canon.
if it goes well, we'll keep it. If not, I'll write my own.
It's a pillbox hat. Yeah, but it's scheme.
We'll probably just end up keeping it anyway because it'll be great. It'll be hilarious.
Signed Bob Dylan. Wow.
Turns out the lyrics are just, or the
Right.
letters just Bob Dylan
Oh
lyrics.
Dude, I'd be down for
my
that.
god. This is pretty good. I think this might be canon.
Let's get in there. Let me read it.
Oh,
Do I have to walk over to you?
No, I think I could just send it to you and Facebook message.
You begin reading it aloud.
As we're fighting birds, you begin reading my love letter aloud.
Fighting
Oh, the
literal
bird died.
asshole birds.
Literal asshole birds.
Paste. There you go.
Alright, let me log in to the Matrix.
Oh boy. This will be entertaining. I also need to put that under my notes. Campaign notes.
You'll have to send it to me too, just so I have it.
Fuck off!
Oh god. This was dated several years ago.
Yep, very long ago.
Yes. Oh my god. There's a lot of holy shit!
It's a long ass letter.
Hold it up. I want to use a thaumaturgy to make it very loud, like
no.
a vocal voice.
Okay.
Beloved Faye,
I
need to confess something to you. Ever since I met you, I can only think of your joyful gray eyes.
They're silver.
So joyful. The color gray. You filled my heart with unexpected joy, and my head with amazing dreams of us together. My love can only grow more and more each day. Wow, alright. I dream of us dancing and singing. And from time to time I would gently stroke hold on. Your black hair. Oh, okay. While you keep smiling. In moments like these, my life would simply be complete. Why did you leave this man?
There were extenuating circumstances.
You're unconscious. When I'm alone, when I'm alone in the quiet, it always feels like I can hear your voice. Oh God.
One failure. Okay.
Whispering me sweet nothings, just
Well,
the blessed
I'm gonna die as
music
he's reading my love letter.
of a violin. I wanted to tell you this, and I looked at it like Faye's unconscious body, and I go, from a long time ago,
Galaxy
you are
far,
as
far
essential to
away.
me as is my corset.
Wait, what?
Is a man at all?
Oh yeah.
My dearest babe,
I mean,
Nilo.
it could be, it helps, you
It's
know.
amazing.
That could be
Please
an
be
outfit.
sure, I mean everything this love letter carries to you with all my heart. Once I saw your lovely smile, I knew there won't be anything more precious to me in this whole world. I want to take you away from the ordinary, away from any upset or misfortune. And we shall go to the tavern. What beautiful. Now he's low life and perhaps not a man. So much to take in.
Several years ago.
You are the best I ever had.
Oh.
And I must be the luckiest person to have you in my life. You are my sunny day in spring. I'd give up all the pastries with strawberries in the world to know that you will be right there beside me for the rest of our lives. My heart skips a beat. Poor man died. At the thought that soon I will bring you purple roses to show you once more that I'm dedicated to you for all eternity. May God love you. Oh, may love guard you.
Wow, Claire.
Priest move there.
Just slip that in.
Signed, All-Star. No, it's Alistair.
You recognize the name.
Yeah, I do.
Oh boy.
I just
Well,
walk over and I'm like, let me see that.
It's all yours.
well, we're exploring
Investigation, I
backstory.
guess.
Then I'm gonna point at Faye's unconscious body.
Advantage. Faye
Did you
rolls
say
that safe.
investigation?
Oh, you got the
Yes.
third
Okay.
one.
Oh god, I can do
If
this.
she
I believe
dies
this.
here, that'd be hilarious.
Did you say at advantage?
Yes.
Alright, I got 11.
Oh,
11.
18!
You recognize the handwriting.
I just walk out of this
It looks like
place
this
with
page
it.
is really old.
I walk out of the
okay.
cave with it.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo, I didn't die.
And I don't know, I look over it, I guess.
That was actually really
Okay.
stressful.
You know what stressful? I was like,
This is,
Okay.
it's like, what if I die? And Brian is really leave from reading my love letter. Whew, I'm good. We're fine.
she's alright. Galen walked out with the letter.
Stole my letter.
He doesn't know.
I'd like to light it on fire with a torch.
No!
What?
Gavin! It's my love letter!
You don't know about it.
I know! God damn it!
Galen's out of sight, out of mind. Oh god. Okay, yeah, you light it. You
Gavin!
burns away.
I put out the torch and go back in.
Gavin!
You don't know what happened.
I know, but I know what happened. Nothing.
Alright, Galen, give me back the letter. I'll put it back in her bag and we'll pretend we never read it out loud.
Let's pretend we never saw it at all.
What do you mean?
The letter's gone.
Nobody tell her I took it in the first place when I get her back up. Alright, Jan, you should probably be the one to heal her, because if I get anywhere near her, I'm afraid I'll never be let go of.
But Sam has no idea what happened, so you shouldn't be afraid.
Right.
You were unconscious, and then you stole all my shit. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for you to choke me. You just give him lay on hands, my friend.
Okay. They lay on hands.
Do it.
That's your spell.
And
slot.
then heal myself.
Just 10?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's better than what I can do. Not really. I mean, by
Okay.
one.
You have
I mean, I know.
5 health remaining.
I can do better.
Yeah.
I'm breathing. Ah! What happened?
Hey, oh my god.
I swear, I was one death save away.
Seriously.
She
Oh
said,
god, I
so
can
like,
see
what
the
do you
light.
mean?
I heard my name being called, guys. Woo!
Yeah, we had a touching moment with bringing you back. Anyway.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we called you back, just like how we did with Nugget, you know?
Yeah, but
And
Nugget
Jan
turned into
touched
a
you.
warrior.
Toes literally. Toes stood over as Jan touched you. It's literally a touching moment.
I feel uncomfortable.
Sorry, I didn't touch you, so you don't need to complain.
Thank you for that,
was all-
Toes. I feel violated.
Galen didn't touch
Would
you.
you rather be
Thank you,
unconscious
Galen
Galen.
wouldn't
still?
touch you.
That's rude. How mean.
Alright, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna get up and start gathering my stuff in my bag again.
Okay. You gotta gather all of your stuff. Your backpack seems to be in
Roll
order.
to
And
notice
just
if
kinda...
anything's amiss.
I'm gonna roll to see if I missed anything.
Disadvantage.
I know.
She doesn't know.
Is that not one?
Oh,
Your coin purse rips open and kind of spills all over, and so you're kind of dealing with picking that all up and throwing it back into the purse. You lose.
No! I don't want to lose my
could have took the gold too.
Seriously, I'm the richest one here.
Gold
Yeah, you
coins for gold
lose-
toes.
Yeah.
You lose 2 silver pieces.
Oh, that's not bad.
And erase the love letter from
Where does she live?
Does anybody
Where
else
does
lose
she
that?
lose
I mean, where you at?
I have a plan
It
for
just gets
and
lost
it
in the dust.
Oh.
Like, because they spill and roll all over the
Use
cave. So
minor
she's picking up
illusion
everything except she can't find 2 of them.
My poor love letter.
It's dark in there.
I missed my love letter already.
What are you talking about? You still have it.
I
Yeah,
know,
you don't know
according to
anything
Faye.
Beautiful Alistair. The transgender?
Cross-dresser?
I'm gonna turn into that guy one day.
You don't even know what he looks like. You don't even know
I
what
have
he
descriptions.
is.
Galen would prefer
No.
you did it.
He wears a corset. All I have to
But
do is
what
turn.
does he look
I
like?
can turn into anything and just have a corset on and be like, with like Homer Simpson and be like,
Oh god.
I'm pleased with my knowledge. I'm gonna walk outside the cave.
Okay.
I follow him.
Poor Faye.
Okay, you're walking out of the cage instead of further in?
Yeah.
Further into the cave,
Oh, yeah, it still goes
Oh.
further in.
or do we want to leave the cave?
I want to leave the cave.
We could explore.
We could explore.
But we
But
could
there's
leave.
probably more birds that will
Yeah, I
find
don't
us.
feel like dealing
Yeah.
with butt birds.
We don't know the way
Yeah,
out,
me
do
neither.
we? We're just in there.
No, you're right in front of the entrance.
Oh, okay.
You can just peer out.
Butt birds. Literal asshole birds.
Well, do you think it's worth exploring? I mean, think about it. If somebody's left in a cage, we could grab their stuff and not save them.
Oh, we
I would
could,
not
but
permit
that's
that.
evil.
You're a
for-
holy man.
Aren't you a
Well.
Paristos?
Yeah.
You're very deranged.
I think we should.
Paris.
Well, nobody ever asked of what. But that's beside
I
the
was about to ask a priest of darkness, perhaps.
You're a priest of
Obviously, something.
evil.
Priest of many things. Especially making gold. So let's go in further out. What do you wanna do?
I want to leave and get rid of the butt birds and just leave the place.
Oh, we could cause a cave in
We could.
Oh. With what?
for fun.
With what?
What is wrong with you, Toes?
Minor illusion. The caves collapse. That would be minor, probably.
It'd be a 5-foot box of rocks. So yeah, I can do that.
We could have Zion use magic missiles. Magic missiles? Missiles.
Missile magic.
Magic.
Magic, I don't know what they're called. To cave it in.
You can try.
Yeah, you want? Hey Zion, you down?
What?
We're gonna use your missile things to, cave in.
What?
Excuse me, Zion?
No one
Okay.
understands you, Zion.
Bless you.
I don't want you in.
He doesn't want to use them.
Okay, and what about anybody else? Or should we just leave the cave open? Because we can just do that and just leave.
There's a lot of
Can I
options.
Leave the cave
roll
open.
to investigate for a loose patch of rocks near the entrance?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he's gonna trap us in.
Are you,
3 rocks.
just by the entrance or like
You're
in
getting a
general?
major
Just
illusion
in
so you can make us think
Okay.
that we've
As far as
brought
things
your
go,
rock
like
slide.
I'm calling
If that's a thing,
this
I hope so.
a whole bit the
It's like
entrance.
total psychological
Oh, okay, so there's like
warfare.
2 entrances.
Well,
unleashed
you
on
don't
the
know
party
what's
only.
beyond here.
Oh, okay.
You haven't
You're holding-
explored to see if there's more or less or
In the
what
middle
have
of
you.
the
So I'm
town
just
or
counting
something.
basically that line
We don't wake
on
up at all.
I
as
thought of a really fun
entrance.
idea for a campaign. You get a potion of major illusion and the whole campaign is just me in your head.
That's a good idea.
Each
I would love to do
for
that.
investigation.
Yeah, awesome, actually.
Okay. Checking down here, you don't see any loose patches of rock or anything so far. You've only explored like this half though.
Alright.
We leaving the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Zion's kind of like touching up the walls by the like opening of the cave proper, and he's not finding any loose rock.
Zion,
That's nice
what
of
are
you
you
to clean.
looking for?
Rocks.
Isn't the wall made of rocks?
Yes. I'm just gonna slowly put my hands down.
Why does he always have to put
That's right.
like, boy, knock it off.
He doesn't usually.
Right, well, I leave the cave.
Let's talk about
He was trying to call him.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
I'm leaving the cave.
Okay, you walk outside, it's pitch black.
Cool.
I'm gonna follow Gamlin with dancing lights and just kind of shine it out, see what's out there.
The two of you go ahead and roll perception.
There's another one in there. Excuse me? Nat one.
Nat one.
Oh. Wow.
Well,
Good start.
it's very dark.
Basically, you step out and you go to like keep walking, and both of you just fall flat on your faces. Just ka-thunk.
Ow.
Oh,
Both of you take 1 damage each.
Well, that sucks.
I also go
Imagine if that knocked you out.
If you want, yeah.
You're on like
Lying
one
on the
health
ground.
point.
Yeah, they're just face first in the dirt.
Be like, tread carefully, everyone. Apparently it's slippery out here.
Go ahead and roll perception if you want.
Nine.
9?
Yeah.
Alright. Looking around with what's kind of in the immediate area, besides the two people on the ground, you can see what looks like dragged lines besides footsteps that go into that cave. And then as far as like what's in the distance, it looks like you're still pretty much in the thick of the forest.
Would I have any ideas as to whether or not those footsteps are similar to the footsteps we were following before we passed out?
Roll wisdom. Yeah, roll wisdom.
Oh, come on! It was so good until it hit your phone. Okay,
Let me move the phone.
I got a
9?
9. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's one of those things where it's like the Dragonborn's footsteps are like, big reptile footprints, but the rest of them you're like, I'm not positive. If that makes sense.
I'll just shout to Faye and I'll be like, guys, don't roll around. You're gonna smear everything. I'm gonna be like, Faye, come here. I need a second opinion on this. I found some footprints. I'm pretty sure I think we're in the hag's den. If you know what I'm saying, like
I'll
the
leave
hag.
the cave and see what he's talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead and roll perceptions.
At least it wasn't a nat one.
10?
10.
Jesus. This
Oh wait,
sucks.
no. Makes it a 13.
Oh,
I got it.
10 and 13. You are very excited by the prospect that it could be the Dragonborn, and as you walk forward, you don't confirm any other footprints, but you definitely confirm the Dragonborns. You recognize the Dragonborns, what looks like some very small footprints, and then really tiny footprints, Zion's footprints, and then some like slightly larger footprints.
They've indeed passed here.
Well, they passed straight up in that cave then. That's what you're saying.
Does
Well,
that mean we have to go to the cave?
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. We could just ditch the Dragonborn and blow up the entrance.
Oh shit, so I'm just gonna like straighten up real fast and be like, alright guys, back to the cave!
Okay.
Okay.
I get up from the ground
They just charges everything.
and kind of dust myself off.
Okay.
She's
And
bonded to
I don't know, I look out, I just kind of watch and see what everybody's doing. I know Faye's marching in, but I want to see if anybody follows her. Or
Okay.
I do.
Faye goes in.
So you're a follower, not a leader.
Not of you.
How many sets of footprints were there? 3?
You saw what? Yeah, it looks like as you're kind of taking a look at them. 4, probably 4. One of them doesn't go into the cave though. It kind of just trails off and then it's gone.
Gotcha. Okay, and with that information, I kind of go like, the hunter. I'm thinking the hunter hunter probably wouldn't have been captured, probably knows about the location of the hag, probably not inside the cave. Might be useful. Maybe we should do a quick scout outside, see if the hunter's around. Hey, you might want to come back for a second.
But put the dragon board.
Yeah, but like we can get the hunter to help us.
Fine. I'll turn back around and go back towards toes.
Wow.
Walk out and then we go. All right.
Wrong way.
Send you out of the way.
How good are your
Zion,
eyes?
you're still on the
Noah?
ground.
Very good.
I know.
Oh my dark vision.
Can you like separate these tracks out and look for big man feet ones?
It's easy.
Okay, well let's track the man down.
French now?
Yes.
He's that Marshall again.
It's easy.
What are these?
Oh.
Roosevelt?
He's gargantuan. What's the hunter?
Anyway, so what are you guys doing?
He's in his stride.
What are you guys doing then?
We're gonna
Trying
find
to
the
track
hunter.
those large feet.
Alright, go ahead and roll survival. Okay, Grayson, I need to stop you.
That's not a roll.
No, god damn it, roll
Mhm.
first. Survival. Okay, so that's an 8. Second, this is how you roll. You don't just drop it.
No, that roll's enough for
No, it
that's not
doesn't.
how you properly
Okay.
roll, Grayson.
Okay.
Actually do this. Because if you don't, I will ask you to leave. I will
Wow.
be dead set on it because people are very easy to like just be like, oh yeah, oh no, that's
Well, I
that's
give it some distance.
I know, but still, no.
Still counting that last one?
I will still count that last one.
Okay.
8, you try to follow that path, and as you do, you kind of lose sight of it about 20 or 30 feet away from the entrance of this cave. The entrance of the cave, like, has a lot of dust and dirt in front of it, while further out it's proper, like, forest terrain. So grass and bushes and leaves and all sorts of fun stuff,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So it's very easy to see the tracks here, but it's difficult to see it further out.
Let's start following it.
Yeah, it leads into the cave.
Oh, okay. Oh, into the cave.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's
you were
okay.
just there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back into the cave, keep following it.
Wait, can we
I say
confirm?
he's this way, he's in the cave.
Are the tracks that veered away from the cave, were those the ones we were following for the hunter? Like when we were walking out? Okay.
I don't think
We're
I don't
not-
think anyone has ever looked at anybody's shoe size in this game.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Well, I just didn't know, because we know Zion's feet are small.
Yeah,
We know Dragonborn has Dragonborn feet.
yeah.
We know that there's potentially a bird thing or the hag feet, and then...
Well, bird thing can fly. You haven't seen
okay,
Talon
so then we would
footprints out
assume
front.
then they'd be the hag, and then maybe the hunter would be the other two shoe sizes. Could we 50-50 it and be like... Can we like... What shoe size is the one that walked away?
You can roll wisdom.
Yes. Mod 20.
Mod 20? That's probably not a terrible assumption.
Okay.
Like, that would be safe to assume, if not the hunter, then who would be out in the middle of the woods.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily confirm one thing or another, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Okay. Right, before we go back in the cave, I just want to see if we could signal the hunter somehow. Does anyone remember his name?
Roll wisdoms. I use wisdom for memory,
I rolled
because I think
16.
that makes sense, because it's about street smarts and experience rather than int, which is a book, but
12.
argument could be made either way.
8.
17, 12, 8.
Sorry, I'm looking for the mod. 14.
14,
I got a 16.
16. Alright. Everybody over than 10 remembers his name as Barad.
Barrett. Okay.
Barad. B-A-R-O-H-D.
Okay.
Barad.
Forget that question.
Broad.
I'm just kidding.
Broad.
Scratch it.
Just broad.
Alright, I'm thinking.
Hey, broad.
Zion, I may need your help. I will project the words in the sky
Oh.
in like bright letters, and then you could make like a noise with it. Like a confetti popper.
Okay, Papa. You want me to just yell his name? Or minor illusion his name?
I'm gonna minor illusion the name. You can just minor illusion the sound effect.
But minor illusion the sound of his name. You know, make the sound of his voice from minor illusion like.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, you can do that.
I defer to the description for minor illusion. For your half, you can make a noise.
Is it because it's letters and they're broken up?
No.
There
In
was
the
a delay.
description it says the image can't create light.
Right. Okay, well,
So you wouldn't be able to see it.
fuck, because it'll still be dark as shit.
I'm drawing and it's not there. I swear.
It's just as dark as it is outside.
Yeah, you just right. Here we are, and it's just black.
Just have the illusions just say his name really loud, both of them.
Yeah, just like it's visual concept. Alright, let's both throw our voices and say Baron really loud.
Man, that's so loud. How could he miss it if he's there? Oh man.
I'm gonna get up from the ground. Actually
You're
stand
still
up.
on the ground.
Really get up to it.
I'm gonna take the right and you take the left. And I'll go this way, minor illusion this way, you minor illusion that way.
Alright, cover the most distance. I like it.
Yeah.
On the count of three. 3, 1, 2.
Alright, you continue shouting.
If you were a master hunter, what would you be up to right now?
Hunting.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we could go looking. It is dark. Could go take a nap. Till it's night. I mean daytime. Go back to the cave. I don't know.
What do you do?
Oh, shit.
You're saying what you could do, but what do you do?
Do I know enough to like see how old tracks are?
Roll survival.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Now you're dead.
Yeah, 14.
14? You have a decent idea. You think that the imprint is fresh enough to be not much older than a day or two. It hasn't rained, it doesn't look like, so
Okay.
that's what
Say
you
one of you, if you wish, and will come with me. I will take a short look around the entrance for Barak.
We just want to leave everyone else here, or should we all go together?
And then we'll go.
Gammon shall join.
I'm gonna
Yes,
go
ma'am.
away from the monster cave, so I'll follow. Zion, probably best if you as well.
Come on, Zion.
Faye.
So just everyone.
Probably best if everyone goes. I mean, there's nothing at the entrance of the cave that we're gonna miss out on. I say that. Say that.
That's why perhaps one of us.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the hag, and then that's the end of that.
Yeah, right.
We can get on top of the cave and look
Can we?
down.
Does it look?
Have you tried?
How big? Like,
What's
is this
the
just like a
structure
sheer
of the cave?
wall? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
or is it kind of like a hill, like around the side?
Right.
Kind of like a hill.
Okay, yeah, let's just do a perimeter check.
It's
up.
more hill, almost slightly mountainous.
Alright.
Yeah.
So some of it
One of
gets
you wait.
steep, but it's not sheer, straight vertical cliffs. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna wait.
Gammon, you wait.
Oh,
Watch for the
first
hag.
volunteer.
Galen will not wait.
Zion.
I'm with Gammon.
No, you shall wait.
I'm with
One of
Gammon.
you will.
You.
You.
What? You? Yeah.
There's
No one suggested any of this?
We're not doing those good, are we?
No, okay.
First one to touch both horns. You guys suck.
Touching your hands.
I'm going to cast minor illusion of a gnome in front of me touching like horns, like a gnome that already has horns,
Oh, okay.
and then touching his horns like in front of me. So it
You're
looks
touching
like,
his illusionary horns.
Yeah.
So we got 2 people touching horns. I think
I
you're
touched
touching my horns.
Faye.
This one too.
Hello?
We'll leave Faye in front.
Faye?
Cameron?
Hello?
She gone. That 2 hours caught up with her.
Hello? Hello?
Sorry, I'm falling asleep. I can't.
You're
Do
gonna
you want
wait.
to just go home?
I might.
So
Okay.
you don't have to sleep on the floor. We also have couches downstairs.
I started with stretching my back and then I fell asleep a little bit. I was imagining everything that was happening, so I was just kind of like creating a movie from what's happening in my head with all the
Yeah.
characters.
Nice.
But I need sleep.
Okay.
I can't function right now.
Are you staying or going home?
Staying in front of you, Faye, or going
Hey, should I go?
Okay. If you fall asleep again, I'll ask you to go home.
I think that's
Okay.
before I get even more tired and crash my car that I just fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
Yeah, that'd be really awkward.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. I can't. I'm gonna nap when I get home. Because I've been up since like 10 a.m. And I went to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Alright, so a lot of you guys, what are you doing?
Let's go.
Nice timing.
What?
Oh, I have to borrow your desk. How do you use it? But not right now.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I need to roll.
Can we, before you leave,
Oh, dice. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah,
said desk. I was
Faye,
like,
when you watch the entrance, and alert us by song or however you will, whichever is
That's a great
A
loudest.
really loud no
If you
on my
see-
backpack.
she's
Yes,
gonna like, yeah, play
yes.
the bagpipes very
If-
loudly.
Yes, if you see the hag or the dragonborn.
Okay.
Dragon hag.
Dragon hag. It's a drag.
Hagenborn.
Drag.
It's the Hagenborn.
Hagenborn.
This Hagen wasn't born yesterday.
Well, now it's.
Is that all the dice?
Yeah, you guys.
I'm gonna need to borrow things.
They have dice.
Sure.
I'm not leaving my dice with people.
Alright, well, I'll take good care of
I don't trust you.
you. Apparently not.
It's always tase.
Alright, so Faye is watching the entrance. The rest of you.
Goodbye.
We're gonna go on an adventure.
Yeah, I'm walking
do like
the
a
perimeter
perimeter
of the cave.
I want to go like out and around and then like up above it,
Yeah.
kind of over the hill and kind of back around.
Okay.
I think we should jump down some of it.
With our eyes open.
Oh.
Eyes wide open. Okay. Yeah.
Using our dark
What's your
vision that we
guys'
all have.
marching orders?
Jan's first.
Okay.
And then we'll follow behind.
I'll go third.
I'll go second.
Yawns first. Either at the front or the back, whichever one.
Okay, so Jan, Zion, Gamlin, Toes.
Sure.
That works.
Okay.
And Faye will alert us by bagpipe.
Very loud.
That actually would work pretty well.
That didn't
It would.
happen.
Backpacks
Yeah.
are loud, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Actually,
awesome.
You can hear them like a mile away.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
Okay.
Pretty tight.
I was like, oh, that's ominous. What's about to happen?
We'd like to do a perimeter walk of the cave.
Just Pokemon battle music.
Alright. So the lot of you guys are kind of going out and then up above where this kind of cave entrance lies. As you do, you get slowly but surely towards kind of the top of this hillside, and there are a lot more trees in the area. As you kind of climb up, it's still very, very dark out, and as you make it towards kind of the top of this hill, you do get a little bit more in terms of kind of like stars and the moon kind of shining out. That said, it's hard to make out the surrounding terrain, but you're pretty sure you're kind of like in the dead set middle of the forest. And then a little bit more to the north, you see what looks to be more hills, and it slowly kind of gets higher and higher into like a lonely mountain. And yeah, that's about all you're able to really make out at this distance.
No like campfires or anything?
No tracks or signs of travel.
As far as tracks and signs of travel or stuff like that, go ahead and roll roll survival. As far as like campfires or something like that goes, just looking around, you're not getting much of anything. It is just in the dark of the night.
Is that just Jan's roll or all of us?
Can we share this one?
I got a modded 22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay.
For perception is a mod 21.
21? Okay.
What?
So, perception, you definitely don't see any campfires.
Okay.
You had survival?
Yes.
Okay. Survival, looking around, you can see what looks to be a couple of feathers that are strewn about, and looking down at the ground and looking towards a couple of trees at the top of this hill, you can see that there's more plumage that has kind of settled on the ground in the area.
Like the bird things we fought? Plumage?
Feathers. Some kind of bird.
That sucks. Alright. I'm going to point out, there's a lot of feathers on the ground over here. Possibly more bird creatures to fight. Probably not Nugget. I'm just going to say probably not. I don't think the hunter would have anything to do with birds.
Can I investigate the feathers and see if I
These
know
hunted birds.
what it is?
Sure.
That's true.
Alright.
Let me clean up better.
Pick one up and lick it. I got a 2. What mod is that?
For figuring out what kind?
Yeah, like would it be
Survival.
investigation or okay, survival. So I got a 6
Yeah.
total.
6? Yeah, you're not familiar with these guys at all.
Alright.
Not even like a little bit. This is something like you have never seen birds with butts for heads.
Never seen birds before.
So yeah, as far as the feathers go, I mean bird.
Alright.
Bird. That's about all you can say. It is still pretty dark, but you can see that there's definitely a lot of them. What was your total survival roll?
6.
6? Yeah.
I turn
definitely
around
been
with
here.
one and I say Ganlin has concluded they're birds.
They are indeed feathers.
Yeah.
Quite inquisitive. Well, I don't really see the point in chasing after birds right now. Probably go back and
Just
finish
walk
our
around
rounds.
the other side.
Yeah.
Finish the loop.
After you.
Onward.
Okay.
Birds, bees.
And then
Birds, bees.
Yawn is at the front, Toes is at the back. Toes, how much health do you have?
Life is good. 23.
23
Yeah.
total?
Yeah,
Or
total.
what's and you're still at max?
Yeah.
'Cause you haven't taken damage.
Take a lot. Rules.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
How much you said? 23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take 162. Oh, good.
All that's left is your skin.
Wow, that's
Just all your skin.
Yeah, Toes, go ahead and roll a con save.
It's an inside job.
Roll for each one.
Yeah.
Oh, 20.
20? That's good. All right. So, sir, you fall unconscious as one of the birds just hits you right in the back of the head as it swoops down from a nest and just digs straight into your skull and deals 26 damage because it crit and it maxed out its piercing damage and then it dealt another 4
They put
poison.
a hole in your head.
Yeah, that's a solid hole, but not a scarring
We're
one.
magical.
Rolling that 20, and then I'm like, yeah, and then you're just like, so you're unconscious. But you know.
Apparently that was the best out. You got permanent
who's
brain damage.
Gamlin?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
trying that before.
Take
It's alright.
9 piercing and another 3 poison damage as the second one swoops down from the nest and goes to attack you and is kind of
Just looking bird
clawing
feathers
at you
and
in
just
front of you.
walking away. No, we get fucking murdered. Birds better stay away.
Yeah, the feathers are under a tree. Just a
Yeah.
whole bunch of them.
Well. I foresee us back in caves.
Or dead.
Yeah, I was like,
Anyway, so your guys' turns. What do you do? There's 2 of them.
I swing my hand axe at the one that attacked me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
That is a 12.
12 to hit. Hits
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
Next up,
My damage is 8.
8.
Yes.
8 to 3. How much health does it have?
Taking 14 so far.
With the 8 added?
No, that was just so far. I put it at 20. No, yeah, 21. Right? No, 22.
Describe a kill.
As I've been attacked, I just start swinging my axe a little bit erratically and manage to cut off its head.
Accidental?
Yeah.
Head.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Its
I don't
ass.
know.
Go ahead and roll a dex save.
Fast.
Also,
Incapacitated.
Okay. Zion, roll a dex save. Toes. Roll a death save
Okay.
and have just have 1 failure as poison gas erupts from the dead bird.
That's awkward.
Alright, so I get an automatic failure.
You get 1 failure because you took
Alright.
damage.
And I rolled a 12, so that's a success.
Cool. Okay.
My dex save is 15.
Goddamn birds.
15?
Yeah.
Alright, you get out of the way of the explosion.
Put down like 1 damage.
I got 17.
17? You get out of the way of the explosion. Cool. Okay. Next.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's another bird.
They're back.
Using magic missile.
Okay. How many spell slots do you have, dude?
I have 1 more.
Oh god. Alright.
We're all gonna
So 11 damage total.
11? Okay.
Please.
Add 11 to it. What's his health?
That's at 22 now.
You're ready to kill.
I'm trying to propel this one as far as I can away, like with magic missiles, just going directly at it and hoping that it pushes away because I keep seeing the other ones explode, and I'm hoping this is just going to push it away far enough with these magic missiles.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
No, but I like your thinking. Anyway,
Hopefully it's not.
Ganlin, deck save. Toes, a fail.
Fuck. Toes down.
I got
Jan,
a
what are you doing?
14.
How many are left?
14.
None. 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all gone?
Get out of there.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. 5.
5 health?
Yeah.
I thought you did 10 health.
Well, I have a pool of
15 total. 10 of it went to Faye.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty tight.
Is that like a cantrip or like because I use a spell slot?
It is a feature. It's by
Yeah,
itself. It's kind of like Channel Divinity for you.
That's awesome.
Well, it's pretty damn close to Channel
Wait, no,
Divinity.
is that per day or per long rest?
For a long rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Technically, you could have 2 full casts of Lay on Hands per day, but that is a tight schedule you're running there. If you
Okay.
sleep for 8 hours, cast it, go right back to sleep for 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you kill him.
Yay.
So I like sit back up. Can I look at the bird nest to see if there's any more in there?
Sure, yeah. Roll perception.
That's it. Yeah.
I hope they're not.
Film.
Alright, we're in there. 19.
19?
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't look like there's any more up there.
Can I climb the tree to the bird's nest?
Sure.
Good. Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, roll athletics. Yeah.
7.
7? I mean, you can make it like a fourth of the way, but it's pretty high up there. And there's not any like low-hanging branches that you can kind of like, so it's one of those like hug the tree and just slowly crawl your way up kind of thing.
Gotcha. Alright, well I'll slide back down and I'll be like, God damn it.
Alright.
Just wanna knock those birds down. This is where they're home.
Alright.
Fuck these birds.
Yeah. You knock me
Fuck
off
the
there.
tree. Fuck the tree. Fuck the tree. Alright. What else do you guys do?
Well,
Go the other way down.
it's just finish the loop, yeah.
No, reverse the loop.
Why? Go back the way we came?
Yeah.
But then we miss out on information.
Yeah, finish the loop.
Here.
If the hunter's over there.
Okay.
Yes.
We continue on our way around the loop.
Alright.
Okay. You continue walking your way down and eventually make it back to the mouth of the cave.
Whoa.
It's not a very
I'm guessing we didn't see
large
anything else.
hill, but it was tall enough that you can kind of get a bearings of your surroundings, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this cave, it definitely is just kind of carved into the side of this hill, if that makes sense.
So it's kind of like shallows, maybe.
What's the best way of saying it? It looks like it. Roll investigation. Yeah, roll investigation.
What is that? Oh, good math. Investigation. 14.
14?
Yeah.
Alright. It looks like that there might have been like a little bit of an entrance and then it was dug deeper, and that's why there's a bunch of dirt in front of it. Like, there's some kind of excavation or something and it kind of kept going. But it would have happened a long time ago, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But as far as like caves go, you usually don't see as big a caves in the side of, what hill you just kind of went into.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense. Like, it doesn't seem like it's completely naturally occurring.
Hmm.
No.
Hmm. Well, we should probably go back into the cave. There's really nothing but birds outside. I don't think we're gonna find the hunter at night. I mean, we could potentially set up camp outside and rest for a little bit, and when it's more daylight, see if we can signal him. But
I would like to rest.
okay.
I like cave. Cave has food.
We can come back to the
Does it?
cave and get more garbage to eat. Like, it's always an option.
Yeah. I like that.
Make a food? What the
You guys
hell?
also have rations, so
Right.
now that you have all your stuff back.
Apparently
Yeah.
Zion likes blended dirt.
Could
Just
be
like
eating
mom.
Dragonborn in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mother's
Get
touch.
into the cave.
So what are you guys doing?
Back into the cave.
Okay, let's go back into the cave.
Alright.
Gavin thinks we should sleep outside the cave.
If the Dragonborn went in, there's probably more scary things in. So I like sleeping out, says Faye.
Oh yeah.
If we're sleeping.
I would prefer
I also
sleep.
don't mind going in to try to save my BB.
On point. Well, I mean, come on, it's a quick rest, guys.
How long has it been since we slept? How long did it take to walk around the edge and do
Probably
it?
30 minutes.
Oh, we're fine.
Granted,
Come on,
you were.
guys.
Granted, everyone was knocked out when they woke up,
Right.
and then you are in the middle of the night, and you guys have taken a little bit of
Gavin
a
doesn't
beating.
feel so good.
You're fine.
What was that?
What?
What was that?
Galen doesn't feel so good.
I'm not feeling so
Took
good,
me a
Mr.
second.
Stone.
There we go.
Yeah, I got it.
I feel like I've been Mr. Toes.
I'm not feeling so good, Wenceslas.
Let's just go into the cave.
Okay.
I don't care anymore.
You guys re-enter the cave.
I have spell
And
slots.
Step, step, step. There's a bunch of familiar cages.
Hello.
Oh, what are
Some
these?
broken, some not.
Whoa.
Okay, can we go further in?
Yes.
Yeah, the cave turns a little bit to the left, and as you go in, it is pretty dark. You guys do have dark vision, so you can see at least in shades of black and white. You can kind of see the sides and edges of all the walls and whatnot.
So it's a natural darkness and not a...
It is natural darkness. It's not unnatural.
Okay. Hey, Zion, is that light thing a spell or is that a cantrip?
Why do you want to know?
So I can see in the cave.
What? Who's asking?
My God.
What are you gonna do?
We're all just like squinting and you're like, why would that be important? Spy?
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
Well, they didn't cost anything.
Thanks for inconveniencing yourself. Appreciate the effort.
It's so beautiful in here.
All right. So
Bone
gonna-
It's even worse than it looks at night.
let's draw a triangle. You as the party are the triangle, and you're kind of here at this point. You can see that there's a couple of kind of
Oh my god.
offsets. There's a large kind of cavern wall, or there, like a column, and then it kind of goes further in out of sight.
I'm gonna. Can I direct a dancing light to that little peninsula right there,
Uh-huh.
and then just see if there's anything in there?
Yep. You do so, and you don't seem to find anything of note. I mean, the walls are very much kind of this hewn stone that's been kind of chipped away at. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
I like this tune.
What do you guys do?
Onward!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
go around the right side.
Sure.
This way.
Yep.
Alright, as you kind of peer around the corner, you notice that this kind of edge, the walls are kind of covered in a like greenish slime, and there seems to be more than just a couple of pieces of wood that are starting to kind of rot away. It looks like they might have been tied together at some point, maybe in the past, but the ropes are also in a little bit of disarray.
Huh. Do they resemble the cages in any way?
A little bit, yeah.
Uh-oh.
These ones are made of wood.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything in there real brief.
There, that's good. Yeah, take a look, boy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
You get your elbows in there. Oh, yeah, you guys.
Pass me that D12.
Take a roll, boy.
With my elbows. You don't roll. Okay.
You're a failure. I'm just kidding.
Basically.
That's an okay.
That's just a 12.
12? Looking around without kind of like getting your hands in anything, it's kind of gross. Taking a quick look around, you don't notice anything like particularly of note, for lack of a better description. I mean, the walls have green slime, but it doesn't like, it's not oozing it, it's just kind of coated in it, and then it's just a pile of wood.
Okay.
That's what you notice in the time you take.
Okay.
How the rest of you do?
I want to peek further around the corner.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. The cave seems to kind of continue on. There might be a bend further in, and then kind of just continues in.
Oh, so there's another bend to the left?
On the right.
Yep.
Shit.
Let's just go left.
Yeah, we
To
won't
the
go
left.
left.
This way?
Yeah.
Just you?
All of us?
Yeah. If I get the party together.
Yeah, I'm following.
Squad.
Okay.
Squad.
While you get to about here, who's in front?
We'll make it me.
Okay.
Since I was out there.
As you kind of step forward, you hear a
Oh, like kind of like a stone, perhaps. I'm gonna jump to the right.
jump to the
I
right.
feel like it's like a creature making that noise. I'm just like.
Alright.
Shot my head again. Not my day. I mean, yeah.
Roll a dex save with advantage.
You're dead.
You're dead. Oh, thank God. 16.
Who's second?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't
Let's say yawn.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be second because you were leading most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Dex save as well.
I screwed you over. Sucker.
I think it was going to be something bad for whoever's second.
Yeah, because I
I have
probably
another
dodged
one
it.
over here. So
Wait,
you
was it
can
with
Advantage or
advantage?
just?
Hmm?
Advantage or just?
Just
What's-
dex. You're gonna jump.
Saves aren't with mods. Or they are, right?
Yeah. You dex mod.
Yeah.
Is that box check?
Oh, yes.
So
Thank you.
that and that. Because you're proficient in it.
13.
Thus adding your proficiency bonus.
13.
Okay, cool.
I understand that.
Toes.
Yes. Oh God.
Holy Moses.
Toes, you take 9 damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
Yawn, you take 19 damage.
Oh God.
As the the floor panel kind of sinks a little bit, and you're able to kind of get out of the way out of this huge jolt of lightning and electricity just kind of shooting out of it, but unfortunately you still get scalded enough that you just kind of
Oh, fuck.
keel over. You take 19. Where are you at in health?
That puts me at 3.
happens.
Tight. Am I still conscious?
Yeah, you have 3 health.
You have 3 health.
Okay. I wasn't sure that'd be a major injury or get knocked out or something. So that was definitely more than half of my health.
That's true.
That's true. Go ahead and roll con.
Your toes,
Shouldn't have said
your feet were
anything.
blown off your legs.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, baby. What'd you
Is it
get?
a con save?
Yep, con.
Just 3.
Just 3.
Just 3.
Your armor's melted onto your body.
Oh. Time for some
I
real
mean,
magic.
That's pretty close. It is a major lower body wound, which makes sense because it is a
Your
floating
penis is gone.
Oh.
Basically,
There's nothing to live for.
the brunt of that went into your thigh,
Your ass.
and it just kind of just scorches in, and you're in just horrific pain. Your movement is halved, and you are unconscious in 3 rounds from just how much pain you're in.
Cool.
Maybe we shouldn't have.
Quickly back to the entrance.
I'm dead.
Ow.
I guess I start trying to drag Toes along with him.
You missed some important developments.
The only
So,
good things happened.
yes.
So much treasure.
So
Yes, only
Toes
good
stepped
things.
on a floor panel, and he and Jan got electrocuted. Toes fell unconscious, and Jan is feeling the burn in his thigh because he got struck with lightning.
I'm about to pass out.
Yeah, from the pain.
I got 18 seconds.
Can I use my herbalism kit on Jan?
Herbal essence.
Can you be saved from passing out on a major injury?
Damn, I could use spare the dying, but I'm dead.
Spare the dying, please. Arms.
No.
Can I use it on?
You can attempt to use it, but right now he's kind of booking it, so you wouldn't be able to use it yet.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, what are you guys doing?
I'm dragging Toes' unconscious body as I follow Jan
Okay.
to the entrance.
Roll. Yeah, just roll a d20.
19.
19? Okay. You avoid re-triggering the trap.
Yeah.
You are able to drag him pretty successfully towards the entrance. You and Jan are both kind of going at the same pace since you're dragging him and then he's kind of walking beside. Zion, what are you doing? Are you just busting out the herbalism kit? Like shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Busting out.
Bust up herbalism.
Faye. Yeah. Faye kind of goes, yeah, this is why we sleep outside. I think that's a decent impression. Alright. Okay. Cool. You make it back towards the entrance of the cave. You pass out by the cages at the entrance of the cave.
Quick, put me in a cage for safety.
And then I'm going to say that major injuries will not. Yeah. I'll say that you're stable, you're just passing out from pain, so you're not making death saves.
Burn.
You're just burned. You are making a death save. Actually, you need to make 2. Make 2 death saves.
Yay!
One success.
No.
1 failure.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. And then it's at that point that Jan passes out. Toes, 1 more death save. Hey, 2 success. Alright, cool. So 2 of you are unconscious. 1 of you is dragging Toes. Zion, what are you doing?
Bust out that herbalism kit.
I'm gonna bust out that herbalism kit and
Beat, just say that too. Bust out that herbalism kit.
I have him to beat. Alright, so and then I'm gonna use it on Young.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Give him the 420.
Are you proficient with medicine?
Yes.
Some aloe on
Yeah.
that burn.
Go ahead and
Huge THC.
go ahead and yeah, go ahead and roll medicine.
It's all natural.
Treat you right.
Not. Well, 21.
21. Cool. Roll the d4.
Do that to an axe skip with the phone or whatever.
4.
I'm making this game 4.
Thank you for
You
doing
heal
that.
5.
Okay.
Because you're healing through non-magical means, you have a pretty sizable burn kind of just
Oh god.
imprinted on your right thigh.
Alright.
That's hot.
But yeah, you're alive
Cool, I'm
and
awake.
breathing. You're
Okay,
awake
cool.
now.
Yeah, we go through a lot of shit.
It's been 30 minutes.
People-
You're like, let's
most-
not rest outside.
People lose their will after that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It does help that you're trying to save something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that does help.
Yeah.
But you are getting beat up, and you haven't noticed any signs of them. Oh my god! But it just I was like,
Oh,
Grayson, you son of a bitch! Why would you do that?
Well, you could easily just
Oh my god.
work it out, basically.
Alright,
But yeah, I knew it was a mistake.
we have about 10 minutes left in session. What are you guys doing to wrap up? Are you just...
Well, I was still trying to get to
Evacuate.
the entrance.
Jan stands up.
Yeah, I was
Back
still
into
trying
the
to get out of
cave.
the cave.
Okay.
Back into the cave.
And then, so did we get out of the cave?
Jan's Toes is out of the entrance. Jan's conscious.
Can I
Okay.
roll that potentially last death save or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yay, you saved my life. No! 14.
Yay!
I was like, now one. Oh no.
Yay!
So back at 1 HP then?
Mm-mm. Stable but unconscious.
I'll accept that.
I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I accept it. Dude, Orlando's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
as Billy D, too.
You're damn right.
Ain't no John Holt Glover.
What'd you call him? John Hold Glover?
Yeah, John Holt.
John. Grayson John.
You did a really good job as Lando. I'm pretty happy.
Oh, he did a really
Yeah,
good job.
if they have a Lando solo movie, I'd be pretty happy. The sequel to Solo,
Yes.
Lando, the solo movie. No, I don't think they'll do that. God,
I'd watch it.
I kind of hope they don't do Solo 2 Lando.
I'd still really like some backstory.
Anyway,
So yeah.
a lot of you are outside of the cave. Toes is unconscious. Faye is just kind of pouting, arms crossed.
Sounds right.
I looked for like a bedroll or something in Toes' stuff.
Okay.
Good thing there's no love letters. That would be worse.
Do you have a bedroll?
Oh, let me check.
I think you do. I don't remember.
Probably. Let me take a look. I have a blanket. And I don't.
Okay. You find a blanket.
Okay. I guess I kind of wrap him up in the blanket and then set him on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, that works.
Like a little burrito.
Okay. I'm gonna say the blanket's big enough that you won't suffer exhaustion from sleeping on it because we've gotten to this point.
And then I lay out my own bedroll and I go to sleep.
And this is outside the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be sneaky
Oh no.
Okay.
and roll my bedroll right next to Gambling.
You should touch my unconscious hand for good luck. Stealth roll bonus.
Yeah, roll stealth. Galen, if you would like to try to spot that, roll stealth, perception.
Galen's
Okay.
pretty much just going to sleep, so.
Okay.
That one.
Because it doesn't matter.
Well, it started as a stealthy endeavor. What I like to imagine. Here's what I like to imagine. It's like Grayson, you might body double.
Okay.
Stand like right here. this is what happens. You're playing the role of youngling, and I'm Zion. And you're just kind of
She's not that short.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, I'm the short
Right.
one because
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
gnome. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
in relation, I wrap up and I go.
I just kind of like shove him back into
Back to where?
like back to this side of me.
Alright, yeah, you're able to do that just fine.
For a second, I just look at him, and then I shove him.
It's like-
just awkward eye contact with him on top of you.
Not even like awkward, just like unamused, and then just push him.
Okay. Jan, what are you doing? Faye just kind of goes, yeah, screw it, and pulls out a blanket. Gets ready.
We'll keep watch for a little for birds.
Okay.
That's generous.
I don't want to get fucking dive bombed.
Alright.
I don't know where else we have been getting.
Alright,
don't
so
need-
you take up watch. Go ahead and roll
I
perception.
don't need any more surprise holes in the head. 20 please.
Thank you.
Give me the shit.
Ooh.
Good.
No
Plus
words.
9 plus 10.
21?
Yep.
Alright. Let me. There is calm weather and a light breeze.
Nice.
So nothing seems to happen. Next watch,
Put me on watch.
you're unconscious.
I know.
Wake up, you bastard.
I'll go on next watch.
Okay, roll perception.
Wake up.
That is not going to be good. That's a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Looking out and
I'm
around.
tired.
Looking out around, you're kind of like, man, it's really dark. And then you look up and the stars are going out, and you're like, that's a cloud. It's just a couple
That
clouds,
could've been
and that's
weird.
it. The rest of your guys' watches go uneventfully. Yay!
Right.
You do it. Congrats.
Hooray.
Succeed.
We did it. Hooray.
We did it.
We
You're
got
at the
knocked
caves.
unconscious, and then made it out of the cave, and got
Not
knocked
unconscious.
and now I'm still unconscious.
Alright, XP.
Oh yay!
Because
Yeah.
you killed 4 birds.
So 7,000.
Yeah, is that no,
How'd you know?
I'm good at the bird
Just
stats.
math.
Yeah, what birds I know all about.
Whoa. Shit.
Careful, Grace.
What?
I'll set the beast loose. Goose is a goose.
It's my percussive
Yeah.
reaction.
Oh yeah. Who's Alistair?
Alistair Crowley, clearly.
That is for me to
Yeah,
know
cult
and
leader.
find out.
You're
I
lucky
can't
you
laugh.
don't
I'm
have
very
a
sorry.
secret laugh, and nobody has like any reason to be like, well, that was a strange reaction.
I'm trying
I
to
was
divide
outside
up
too,
the
so I
fact
didn't know I
because
just do it.
they
It's
left
just
early.
I can
So
have it
there's
for all
2
you
more
Like a
birds that
typical
died.
game
I'm like,
thing. It has to be like, yeah, I destroyed it for no reason. Just playing along with the prank, huh? We got 'em.
Alright. Everybody gets 84, and Faye gets 67. Okay, cool. Nailed it.
Wait, did you say 84?
84.
It's not very much.
No.
No.
Yeah, our ass kicked by
I
some
know.
weaklings.
Dude, I rolled 6s almost all night on all of the damage. They deal 1d6 plus 1d6 for damage, because it's 1d6 plus 3 piercing, and then 1d6 poison.
You get like a 6 every time, right?
I got 1/6 just about every time. There's only 2 or 3 where it's like 1 and 2, so it's 4 and 2 because it was the 1 damage plus the 3 that it deals because of its mod.
Oh, and one of them rolled
Like-
a 20 to hit on me.
One of them got a nat 20 on you and just
So I got the double, yeah.
destroyed you. Like, oh my god. Anyway, what's your XP at? Do you level yet? I don't know how
No.
far off you are.
Not yet. I'm at 536.
Okay. Cool.
But I'm getting close.
3 more birds ought to do it.
Just killing some more birds.
More birds.
Alright, I need to write in phase. So I should do that. And then
Well.
you're good to go.
Have a good
See
night.
ya.
Yeah, good night.
Bye, have a good time.
Good night, honey.
Bye, baby. Bye, see ya.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye now.
Goodbye, goodbye, now, goodbye. And the more.
Swiggity swag.
Cool, okay.
Cinco phone. You seen that?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about.
Yeah, I remember. I was like,
Just
huh?
press 555. 555. Yeah. Then he like burns his ear and then he gets like the phone creep and he's like, ooh, that suits.
Turn off the strand.
That's what I was trying to do.
Bye.